Daberechi was watching her. Hey Dabere, so you are stealing glances at me. Have you been here long? Gripped with panic, Chidi managed to ask. Immediately she turned, noticing a figure behind her. Yes, of course. So you were physically present but absent-minded? Or were you just glancing into nothingness? I had spent more than 10 minutes here, not wanting to break the spell, trying to know what was holding you here, Daberechi chanted. Oh dear, I was thinking about the wonderful deeds of our Creator and at the same time giving adoration to His name. He made man, the best of the air, the seas, in fact, all the tangible and intangible things in this world. As they were still conversing, there was shouting and jubilation outside the class. It attracted the attention of the students. Chidi and Daberechi peeped out as they had settled in their classroom and saw a large crowd gathered in front of their principal's office, eagerly searching for their names on a poster affixed to the boards. That was a pivotal moment for the post-primary pupils as they sought if they were posted to that school to continue their education. Later, Chidi and Daberechi went to search if there were familiar names on the posted list. Amid their search, Daberechi asked Chidi to accompany her to check if her school mother had returned from her holiday. As they walked upstairs to the senior block, Chidi caught Daberechi's attention. Dabere, I hate coming to this senior block. Why is that? Daberechi asked. Because they're always too lazy to go get their snacks during break and often force us the juniors into doing that for them. The worst part is, if you tell them you're busy in your class, they will molest you to the last, Chidi explained. I face similar issues, Chidi, but what can I do since I've accepted to be a school daughter to one of them? Daberechi lamented as she sympathized with Chidi. Their conversation was interrupted by their senior prefect, Senior Messi Chukwulota, who called as she cited them. Hey students! Chidi and Daberechi pretended not to hear. They just stifled a smile inwardly and had increased their steps. In their school, Chidi was the signature of all eyes with a luscious chocolate complexion, a smooth oval face accentuated by adorable dimpled rose cheeks. Her eyes sparkled brightly above attractively bushy brows and a pointed nose. She possessed a well-built physique and was elegantly slender, capturing attention anywhere she goes, for she also has a dignified manner that radiates joy, intelligence, and responsibility. The senior could not resist this girl, so she tried all she could to catch Chidi in her net. But Chidi nor her friend Daberechi looked back. As they were coming back from Daberechi's school mother's class, whom they learnt had not returned from her holiday, Senior Messi, as she was called by the students, started calling their attention once again. Hey students, come here! Daberechi mistakenly looked back, and the senior gestured for her to summon Chidi. So Chidi reluctantly acknowledged the call, knowing the consequences of refusing. Daberechi waited by the staircase, giving them room to discuss. However, Senior Messi, being captivated by Chidi's composed nature, engaged her in a conversation, asking about her family and background. Chidi cautiously answered thoughtfully, maintaining a delicate balance between disclosure and discretion. Senior Messi then proposed a school guardianship to be a school mother to Chidi, expressing a desire to mentor her, which she told Chidi to convey to her parents over the weekend. Chidi, taken aback but respectful, agreed to consider the proposal, but would like to know her parents' perspective about it. As that week drew to a close, Chidi found herself thinking about her encounter with Senior Messi Chukwulota. She has heard so many horrible things concerning school daughters and their school mothers, how they initiate each other in their ungodly societies. But pondering to an interval, she drew some light to it, having the mind that there are still some good ones among them. That she was pondering about when the bell for dinner rang. It was Daberechi, who was also her roommate, that reminded her that it was time for dinner because she was lost in thoughts. Oh, Dabere, I was lost in thoughts, Chidi pointed as Daberechi tapped her. How do you mean? Asked Daberechi softly. Oh dear, I didn't tell you what the senior called me for, as her attention was diverted after our discussion, and you didn't even bother to ask me what we were discussing that took a pretty long time, Chidi said. Why should I be disturbing my brain? What else if not for you to become high school daughter? Daberechi suggested. Precisely, Chidi confirmed. And what did you tell her? Daberechi demanded in a childlike manner, with her curiosity getting the best of her. We concluded that I would confide in my parents when I get home for the weekend, Chidi said plainly. But what do you have in your mind, if I may ask? Daberechi asked. Well, if I'm to say, I like that senior due to her intelligence and self-control in this school. I want someone I will learn more good manners from. I sincerely need an erudite, astute, put together kind of and God-fearing school mother. I need not the relationship of ostentatious, indolent, and broad seniors. But one thing baffles me most, Chidi complained, looking at Daberechi's face to catch her expression. Go on, I'm listening, Daberechi assured. It's how the so-called school mothers and daughters initiate each other into their ungodly societies. Again, since I am engaged as a boarding student, I will never have my own say. I will keep dancing to the tune of my school mother, Chidi opined. There is nothing to fear, Chidi. You are on the right track, I must confess. The senior prefect, Senior Mason, is the signature of all eyes in this school, as you can see. I admire her street cred, how she relates with everyone in this school. She always lends a sympathetic ear to the juniors and never uses a harsh voice on us either. She's an epitome of what a girl should be, and she portrays that legacy of a well-bred child. She's in the same class with my school mother. She's so diligent in her studies and does not ravish her time for pleasure. And she has no time of making a show of her exquisite beauty, regardless of her well-sculptured physique with good moral etiquette, and she's a down-to-earth damsel. It's better you agree to what she had told you so you will not regret it later in the future, for an adage has it that hat I know usually comes at last. Daberechi advised Chidi smoothly. Well, Dabere, you will agree with me that I don't have that right to say yes or no yet till I hear from my parents, for they are my source of being in this school. I mean, they are the people that enrolled me here to further my academic ambition, Chidi protested. That's good of you, Daberechi admired. Later that week, by the weekend, Chidi took permission from the school authority and went home. Her aim was to retrieve some of her provisions and textbooks she left behind, which her parents were aware of, and to inform her parents about her conversation with Senior Mason. Chinua, as she was fondly called by her family, why have you returned from school? We weren't expecting you so soon, her father inquired. Well, Dad, I came back to collect those of my textbooks and provisions I left behind. Besides, there are only a handful of students at the school, as classes have not really been that serious, and I've got something bothering me I want to discuss with you and Mom, Chidi explained as they settled in the living room. Oh, I see. Please accept apologies for not bringing them to you. Your mother and I have been occupied with various commitments, and there is no one else in the house familiar with your school and its routine. We sincerely apologize and know you've already forgiven us. Chidi's father pleaded, observing his wife's expression, which expressed approval. My dear parents, there is nothing to forgive. You are the reason I'm in that school. Besides, I managed with what I had gone back with, Chidi honestly expressed. That's a smart move, Chidi, and you are such a wonderful daughter, her father said as her mother affectionately stared at her. Thank you, Dad, Chidi replied. However, her father in his gentle way advised her never to leave school again without informing them first. She apologized and later disclosed her encounter with Senior Macy to her parents and all that they discussed. They encouraged her to go ahead as long as the senior was responsible and God-fearing. With their blessing, Chidi returned to school, informing Senior Macy of her parents' approval. Their relationship flourished, and the senior became a guiding light in Chidi's school life. Not long after 2 weeks of their school resumption, Chidi's friend Daberechi was transferred to another school, causing their relationship to drift apart. Their communication initially transitioned to phone calls, letter writing, and emails, sustaining their connection as Daberechi commenced her journey at her new school until they eventually lost touch. However, this led to a new friendship blossoming between Chidi and Adaobi, a girl who just got enrolled in Chidi's school the week that Daberechi transitioned to her new school. During a break at school one day, Chidi went to her former classroom, JSS 1A, to recopy her lost fine art notes. The classroom was sparsely populated, mostly with new students. As Chidi settled in and started copying her notes, the owner of the locker and chair she was using, Adaobi, arrived. Adaobi was tall and elegant, with a captivating presence like Chidi. She noticed Chidi using her locker and chair, and with a warm smile, both exchanged glances, and Chidi asked, "Excuse me, are you the owner of this locker and chair that I've occupied?" "Yes, I am," Adaobi replied, nodding. "But you can carry on with your notes. I don't need them at the moment." "Do you have more notes to copy?" she asked politely. "If there is, I would be pleased to help you." "But why do you ask?" Chidi inquired. "Because I like to keep busy. I don't want to stay idle since classes have now seriously started," the girl emphasized. "Unfortunately, I don't have any other yet," Chidi stated. "That's alright," the girl smiled as she said. "Thank you very much," Chidi expressed her gratitude. Upon finishing her notes, the new student Adaobi initiated a conversation with Chidi while sitting on her locker, and from there, they both got to know each other's names, and their conversation quickly turned personal, with Chidi politely asking Adaobi about her background. Adaobi introduced herself and shared that she had been a boarding student from the time she began schooling, since kindergarten, and that's why they have never met despite having lived on the same streets. Adaobi hinted that some people tend to assume that boarding students are the most corrupt and irresponsible individuals on earth, and they are mostly lesbians and homosexuals. Trying to know Chidi's thoughts on that. "All of that is entirely untrue, Adam," Chidi responded to that. "I even overheard someone say that boarding students are irresponsible nuisances sent to school by their parents so they can enjoy their old age," Adaobi added. "That person must be careless with his or her statements," Chidi remarked. "The funny thing is, I've never subscribed to all these assumptions. I know that boarding students receive high-quality education, which day students somewhat miss out on. I believe that those who wish to be corrupt will be corrupt. Both boarding students and day students are sent to school by their parents to achieve academic ambitions and make their parents proud in the future," Adaobi continued, and they both agreed. "Yeah, thank you, Ada, for a wonderful moment spent with you. I think it's time for me to retreat to my class as it remains 5 minutes before the break will be over," Chidi said amidst cheers. "Chidi, a quick favor, please. Could you come and take a look at my textbooks to check if they are the recommended ones, since you are a year ahead of me in this school? Besides, I'm just a new student," Ada called out, inviting Chidi to inspect her books as she brought them out from her locker, attempting to spend the entire day with Chidi. "Oh yes, your parents are quite discerning. They know what is best for you and your future. I mean, the books they bought are the recommended ones." Chidi appreciated the insightful choice made by Ada's parents in buying the books for their child.
Just as they were engrossed in their conversation, a sudden peal of the bell signaled the end of the break. Chidi hurriedly returned to her class. Chidi possessed not only a captivating appearance that couldn't be ignored, but also a commanding presence. Her engaging smile, accentuated by a tiny gap between her teeth, radiated charm and warmth. She was not only visually appealing but also intelligent, maintaining a poised and proper lifestyle, a model of integrity in all her ways. She bore a striking resemblance to her mother in appearance, possessing a soft heart but never a soft touch to be deceived. Adobe's polite and humble behavior quickly endeared her to Chidi, and Ada's love for Chidi for so many reasons started to grow. They discovered that they had so much in common, including their love for keeping busy and their disdain for idle gossip, and that they had a natural affinity for each other like long-lost sisters. After this their first encounter, their friendship quickly became the talk of the school. Other students perceived their friendship as one built on a solid foundation, akin to that of blood sisters. The envy of a few students who harbored ill will did not deter them. Rarely did a day pass without them seeing each other. Their conversations mostly revolved around education, future careers, and topics of mutual interest. They both remained dogged in their commitment to their studies. Notably, whenever Chidi ranked first in her class, Ada would achieve same results, showcasing their shared determination to succeed in their academic pursuits. Despite attempts by some students to follow their example, but they keep failing, others resorted to trying to tarnish their reputations. However, Ada and Chidi continued to excel and remain steadfast in their friendship and academic pursuits. While visiting them, their families met and discovered a surprising connection, for they have heard several times of the relationship that existed between their daughters. On that day, they discovered that Adobe's father and Chidi's father were old friends from neighboring villages when they were still very tender. This revelation strengthened the bond between the two families and solidified the friendship between Chidi and Adobe. Chidi and Adobe became known for their exemplary behavior and academic excellence. They supported each other in every aspect, from studying together to sharing personal stories. Their friendship, built on a solid foundation of trust and mutual respect, became an inspiration to their peers. Their school mothers, who were older students, as Ada became the school daughter to Senior Macy's friend Ifakachi Ihim, who was the deputy prefect of their school, also played a crucial role in mentoring and nurturing their friendship. They provided guidance, support, and material gifts, and advising them spiritually as well, ensuring that Chidi and Ada had everything they needed to succeed. During the second term holiday, Chidi and Ada enrolled in extramural classes, staying ahead in their studies. One afternoon, they received a surprise visit from their school mothers, Messi and Ifakachi. This visit further solidified the bond between the girls and their mentors, and that of their families. Chidi's parents warmly welcomed them, and we are reassured of Chidi's well-being and good behavior at school. The visit extended to Ada's house, where her parents also welcomed the two families, and their school daughters' mentors reinforced the support system around Chidi and Adobe, ensuring their continued success and exemplary conduct at school. This series of events marked the beginning of a deep and enduring friendship between Chidi and Ada, one that would withstand the test of time and challenges, providing that true friendship can be as strong as family ties. Before the conclusion of that year's term, their school mothers left school after completing their senior secondary certificate examinations (SSCE). They experienced a sense of regret over the separation. Despite the physical distance, They maintained communication by sending letters and assignments online to Chidi and Ada, eager to monitor the students' academic progress. To their surprise, Chidi and Ada performed even better than expected, leaving their ex-school mothers astonished. They were thankful for the gift of retentive memory bestowed upon these children. Despite their affluent backgrounds, Missy and Ifakachi had also remained down to earth, just dedicated to their studies and their future. Chidi and Ada diligently adhered to the school's principles, which made them to earn their principal's deep affection. The principal, aware of their exemplary conduct and outstanding performances, took the initiative one afternoon to invite them to her well-illuminated office that was typically off limits to students. Without pressing matters related to the principal, the students regarded the principal's office as an inner sanctuary. The principal, Mrs. Ezioku, sent a student to summon Adobe and Chidi, who ran tirelessly to relay the message to them in their different classes. The news stirred curiosity among other students, who eagerly mopped around them for hints. Chidi initially was breathless, but later reassured herself after a few moments, reminding herself that there was no cause for alarm. Ada on her part entered, marching with springy steps to the principal's office. Ada turned Chidi and asked, "Excuse me for asking, Chidi, do you have any idea why the principal wants to see us?" "Who knows, but let's keep our fingers crossed," Chidi replied. Upon reaching the office threshold, Chidi pressed the doorbell and they were promptly ushered in. The principal made arrangements for them to sit down. After suiting back their school uniforms, they quietly sat down. "I, Mrs. Ezioku, the principal of this esteemed school," the principal began, "wanted to meet with you girls. I've heard and observed your exemplary behavior and outstanding performances in this school. You've been on the side of the angels, behaving morally and giving a commendable account of yourselves. Therefore, I wanted to congratulate you girls and encourage you to continue excelling because it's important to reward good behavior. Please never carry your shoulders too high, as doing so might invite failure. Take my word for it, nothing succeeds like success. Pay attention to your teachers and keep the momentum going so that the reputation of your families and that of our school can be upheld." After an extensive conversation with the students, the principal presented them with tokens of appreciation, including 2 long notebooks, a ballpoint pen, a mat set, and a pair of stockings for each student as positive reinforcement. As they were about to express their thanks, the principal surprised them again by opening her refrigerator and offering 2 cans of pineapple juice to them, which they initially rejected. However, yielding to the persistent offer, they obliged and thanked them, and then hurriedly returned to their respective classes. No doubt, the principal's injunction has sent their spirits soaring. The inquisitives and gossips in their different classes approached them immediately to hear from them concerning their mission with the principal. Some referred to them as shadowy pals, while others labeled them intellectual snobs. But Ada and Chidi kept the purpose of their visit with the principal secret, treating it as a pact, only decided to share the details with their parents when they get back during the midterm break. During the midterm break, the students dispersed to their various destinations and still welcomed warmly by their parents and siblings. In the evening, as the whole family gathered in the living room, Chidi broke the news to her parents as well as Ada as they had planned. Their parents offered more encouragement and cautioned them to be wary of the company they keep, both now and in the future, and to fight for their bright future and to steer clear of a profligate lifestyle. The 2 families visited the principal to express gratitude for the fabulous gifts and to inquire more about their daughter's academic performances. The principal was delighted to see such love lovable and friendly families, especially noting their high IQ, and this threatened their relationship with the principal, with Chidi's father becoming the chairman of the PTA meeting in their school, and as that assuming the role of an aide. Ada and Chidi burned the midnight candle during the meet break in their various homes, shutting themselves away in their study rooms, for they knew it was a sporting chance of getting themselves prepared for the forthcoming examination. They suddenly visited each other this period and never overstayed their welcome. Chidi and Ada broke the records. They were both in the top stream in their various classes. Chidi maintained her consistent first position, securing 14 A's across all the 14 subjects offered in their school. Similarly, Ada claimed the same position with 13 A's and 1 C in mathematics, for she had a little problem in solving it. But with the help of her friend Chidi, she had gradually come to master the subjects. The outstanding results that time was something that called for celebration. Nevertheless, Ada reproached her for earning a C instead of A's in all her subjects, urging her to strive for straight A's in her next results. Be that as it may, her parents presented her with a gift to provide further encouragement. On the other hand, Chidi was taken for a meal at an exclusive fast food joint in their vicinity, and upon returning, her father surprised her with a thoughtful package containing clothes and 2 pairs of shoes, while her mother gifted her a gold wristwatch. Ada shared her joy with Chidi when Ada visited her the next day. Told Chidi that she would be coming over to their house since they're on holiday for her to take her on mathematics, to which Chidi readily agreed, but asked Ada why she was looking subdued, as she missed her not so happy demeanor. Chidi, the embarrassment I received from my dad on Friday was better experienced than told, Ada answered tearfully, but Chidi helped to wipe the tears off her face. Chidi stood, gazing pitifully at her friend Ada as she shared what happened between her and her family with her over her results, and said, "But why do you have to worry so much since you secured the first position? Okay then, don't sweat it. I will help you to improve your numeracy skills as I had promised to. I will help you to master that subject that has kept you down since I'm receiving your result on Friday to the sum total of my knowledge. So they cool it and don't get too depressed. For tomorrow will be better, I pray." Chidi promised, smile, reminding her that one setback does not define her, and she has the capability to excel in all subjects. During this period, they got a message from Messi and the faculty, who had got admission to study law and banking and finance respectively at same university, and that really gladdened their hearts. Throughout their holiday period, Chidi and Ada had been on with their rigorous study routine, focusing mainly on mathematics and others. She shared her tips and methods for understanding complex problems, and together they tackled difficult exercises. Gradually, gradually improved thanks to Chidi's patient guidance. As the next time began, meanwhile, their friendship continued to flourish, and they became more integrated into their school rules and regulations and all its activities. Their exemplary behavior and academic success still earned them the admiration and respect of both students and teachers. Despite the occasional envy from some of their classmates, Chidi focused on their goals and maintained their integrity. One sunny afternoon, during their visit to the library, Ada and Chidi stumbled upon an ancient book titled "The Tortoise and the Drum," an African folktale collection. So curious to know what the book was all about, they borrowed it and decided to read it together in the serene garden area of the school. As they delved into the stories on that day, they were captivated by the rich cultural heritage and the wisdom embedded in the tales. The tortoise and the drum resonated deeply with them. It was about a clever tortoise who, through wisdom and perseverance, managed to obtain a magical drum from the Sky King, who produced bountiful food and gifts. However, this led to his downfall, teaching the valuable lesson of contentment and the consequences of greed. Inspired by the story, Chidi and Ada decided to share it with their classmates during the school's Cultural Day event. They carefully prepared a dramatic reenactment incorporating traditional costumes, music, and dance. Their performance was a resounding success, drawing applause and admiration from the entire school. The story's moral lesson resonated with everyone, reminding them of the importance of contentment and humility. This experience further strengthened the bond between Chidi and Ada. They realized that their friendship, like the fox, was a treasure trove of wisdom, support, and shared values. They vowed to continue nurturing their bonds and supporting each other in their academic and personal growth. The school year progressed. Both girls, Ada and in their studies and extracurricular activities. Ada's improvement in mathematics was remarkable, and she began to enjoy the subject rather than fear it. Chidi continued to shine in all her subjects, consistently achieving top marks. Please, Adam, can I get something across to you? Something is going awry, but you don't say. Chidi's classmates. What could that be? Hope Chidi's alright. Nothing is absolutely wrong with them. Ada, would you ever in the whole world believe that your friend Chidi could ever think something of a perpetrate in your life? Look at how she's going about telling her classmates that since your dad was duped in his assigned contract by being supplied with some fake materials, as a result, there is a slack in his business. Hence, her dad has taken the responsibility of catering for the loss and caring for the both families. Yet, your dad is not gratified with the offer, telling him to still lend him some sumptuous amounts for him to start a new contract. See, be it known to you that anybody that eats with the devil must use long spoon. I've been telling you severally, she's not what a friend, but a melancholic viper. Don't mind that sham brother shots hungry for knowledge maiden. There was even a time I overheard her telling her neighbor was a day you rushed to her one sunny afternoon during long break that you were strapped for cash, that she should lend you some money on the understanding that you will pay it back later. But up till now, you don't even talk about it, let alone paying up. You mean she said all that? I can't believe this, I asked in shock. She did not just say it, she blabbed about it, girl. I just want to open your eyes to the things that are happening around you. Ignore her and live your life to the fullest. Time is too short for pleasure, Chikwe further said. Lest did Ada know that all your scurrilous remarks against her beloved Chidi. Chikwe's mission was to sow seed of discord between them because she's too envious of their relationship and how well they perform academics and how everyone admires them. This is getting interesting, but stop talking in riddles, Chikwe. How? Tell me how you mean, Adam. Do you mean that I should live my life to the fullest? That time is too short for pleasure. Sorry, but have I been living in dungeon? Ada asked amid surprise. Haba, should I put everything in word of one syllable for you? What that phrase means in so many words is that I want to inculcate it in your mind that a beautiful, adorable, dashing and glad-looking girl like you should never allow her beauty to just die away like a morning dew before the grass. Show yourself to the world and get whatever you want. My blah 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 means that you should get out of that life imprisonment kind of life your fake sword power has subdued you to. Use your smile to achieve a lot from people It stands use what you have and get what you want. Sha, you might be confused because you are quite inexperienced in the game, but you get acclimatized with the whole thing when the time comes. If only we hit what I just told you. So, if you don't mind, I had many of them in galore. I can arrange one for you. They are the ones that help me stay afloat in this school. Chikwe still on suffocating the good relationship that had long existed between Chidi and Adam. Look, Chikwe, I can do everything, but selling myself for money is what I will never do entire life. Ada wants. Please stop beating about the bush and vividly go straight to the point if you have any other thing to say, said Ada. So, for how long would you stop being her pudu? Who? That sanctimonious, non-entity, insignificant friend of yours. Please, enough of these name callings and my cheating. Ada said, feeling quite topsy-turvy. Was I talking to a brick wall? Chikwe says, shrugging her shoulders. Alright, what is your take about what I've told you? Look, Chikwe, I can do everything, but selling myself out for money is what I will never do in my entire life. One day, Kasara, Ada's class neighbor, who was eavesdropping to Ada and Chikwe's conversation that first day, but pretended as if she was reading, approached Ada to advise her to withdraw in good order from such relationship with Chikwe. She met Ada crying, recalling over all Chidi's kind gestures to her, despite her disloyalty towards Ada, who was lost in words, simply told Kasara that there were times when unexpected people's kindness makes us cry. How do I approach Chidi again? Ada asked, stirring in her own juice. Chikwe is Chidi's classmate who bears some evil grudges against Chidi just because she's very successful in her academic ambition, coupled with adorable physique. One afternoon during short Chidi had just gone to submit her class written assignments to the economics teacher. After some intervals, Chikwe meandered through the staff room to the economics teacher's table, sorted out Chidi's assignment book. She cancelled some of the answers she had supplied, leaving the space blank. Chidi could not figure out who was playing that wicked prank on her when their assignment books were disseminated in the class. She was very sure she had supplied the correct answers to the questions without even cancelling anyone before going to submit it. But somehow she managed to keep her head cool, hoping one day she would catch the perpetrator. As God would have it, the mathematics teacher, Mrs. Chikere, caught Chikwe at a cubicle when she was trying to mingle Chidi's assignment book with the rest of the students one day, cancelled the correct answers and had supplied the wrong answers to Chidi's work. The teacher was very mad at her and immediately sent for Chidi. Mrs. Chikere demanded that Chidi's 2 notebooks and Chikwe's should be brought to her to make some necessary verifications. It appeared obvious that the wrong answers were supplied by Chikwe. She pronounced that Chikwe should be given a 2-week suspension and on after her meeting with the principal about that. Chidi fell down on her knees, pleading with the teacher to give Chikwe the benefit of the doubt. Mrs. Chikere pointed out that she will never go scot-free, that she should be punished so she will realize the gravity of her offense. Because Chidi kept interceding on her behalf, she was made to cut grasses for the whole day. And she was even too proud to appreciate Chidi, but Chidi didn't give a damn to all her actions. All the school was agog to Chikwe's misconduct. Chikwe is a very insatiable, notorious, and a dull student in the class who doesn't know how to put 2 words together to make a good sentence. She always stirs up trouble in the school, breaking good relationship among people by spreading false information. Anytime she comes across Chidi and Ada chatting, she will stare at Chidi in strong-faced silence. After the incidents, Chikwe was caught by the teacher on duty one fateful afternoon as she was trying to scuttle away from their school Apianwe open hall. But unfortunately for her, Chidi, who was walking around the school premises with the teacher, pleaded on her behalf that she would turn a new leaf. And luckily for her, she was pardoned. The teacher told her to obviate from such acts, which leads to no Norway, and that if she doesn't retreat now, she will be opening a Pandora's box for her future. Without so much of a thank you, she ran back to the class. After some couple of days, Chidi slowly caught her in mufti walking down to the school toilet to change the way. Strictly speaking, Chidi told her that she doesn't want to be a snitch by reporting her to the school authorities. If Chidi went by the rule book, Chikwe would have been given an expulsion, but she just gave her the grace period to turn a new leaf. Instead of Chikwe to feel remorse and appreciate Chidi's kind gestures, she just shrugged her shoulder rudely and went back to the hostel. Chidi felt slighted but calm. Solitary taking the attendance of the prefect on duty, she or Chidi's back class neighbor chipped in. Chidi, can you notice some abnormal changes in Ada's attitude lately? Could you believe that Ada is of late associating with that fountain of gossip called Chikwe, who sneaks out of the school at any series of grand balls? Are you blind deaf? Can't you see her vivacious lifestyle? Believe it or not, she has changed tremendously. Chidi, one problem with you is that you always give a flippant attitude on what you should be taken seriously. And what's supposed to mean? Chidi asked Phil. Meaning that you always stick to your gun when it comes to matters like this. You think Ada is the be-all and end-all in her perfection? I am acutely aware of what I'm hinting to you now. In fact, I can't make you out at all, but it's time you could wake up and smell the coffee. Phil was somehow sure, but it was a pure supposition. Chidi does not want to involve herself in the predilections of the students' gossip, but she had a sneaking feeling that Ada had been avoiding her lately, for she has not seen or heard a squeak from her for some time now. Chidi on her side had been caught up in some classwork, running from pillar to post, answering from the school authorities, but she had the wish to see her sweetheart on a fortnight to know how she had been coping without being aware that someone has been snipping her tongue. On hearing this stuff from Phil, she felt so flabbergasted and advised Phil to stay away from poking her nose into their affairs. She immediately stood on her 2 feet. No, Phil, if this is a joke or a benchmark, I will thank you to stop it and mind your own business. This is my soulmate you are talking about here. How can you say such derogatory things about her, Dan? For your information, better watch your tongue to avoid building a permanent web of no escape for yourself. Anyways, thanks for your concern about us, but never step your feet to my corner with such trivialities again, for I might not listen to such malarkey, okay? Chidi protested and snorted fervently without knowing that there is something to the rumors about Ada and Chikwe. The next day, Chidi remembered it was Ada's birthday. She hurriedly strolled to Ada's hostel with one wrapped parcel. Hooray, Ada, I've got you a little something just to say happy birthday to you. Have you forgotten it's your... Raising a maniac look, Ada exploded. Enough, get stuffed. You can stick to your offer, you Chidi. How could you think of dragging my family name to the mud after all these years of solid relationship we had enjoyed? I thought you are a responsible chum. Little did I know I was making a fool of myself. Girl, has my dad ever gone so broke by borrowing money from your dad? Have you ever heard that my dad is quite incapable and incompetent of caring for his family? And have you ever seen me going wanting in this school, let alone stooping to the level of borrowing money from you, Chidi? Why would you go to the extent of stabbing me in the back, Chidi, my beloved? Who the heck do you think you are? Ada sobbed out, spurning Chidi's offer. Listen and listen good. I want you as from this moment to start keeping your nose out of my life. I am sick and tired of all this relationship with you. Chidi stood numbed by Ada's open confrontation. I declare I cannot pander to your every whim, okay? I have freedom of choice in this school, same as everyone else. Adieu, Ada further said as she walked out on Chidi, immediately to a no rain. Chidi left with sheer poetry to her hostel.